Guys, today I'm filming my Empties number 20. If you guys are unfamiliar with my Empties, I will have my playlist link for you guys. And I like to film mine every 3 months, so I have a good amount of products to share with you. I also like to split up my Empties into categories, which I will have the timestamps for listed down below. I will also list and link all of the individual products. I'm just going to jump right in because these tend to be very long videos. So starting with the random and body products, I have the Dr. Bronners bar soap in the Peppermint scent. I use this to wash my beauty sponges, not my brushes, but I do use it with my sponges. It gets all the makeup out. It leaves them super clean without feeling like there's any product buildup in there. One of these lasts me a really long time, and I just get mine from Target, but you can sometimes find these for a discounted price at TJ Maxx as well. So definitely, I have already repurchased and I would recommend it. It comes in a couple different scents, and then everything else is body products. So I have the Bath & Body Works Sonoma Weekend Escape Shower Gel, and it says that the scent would be peach nectar, Sonoma peach, and sun-drenched oak. All of those scents together are incredible. I absolutely love this. And I believe that this is something that I had gotten at a semi-annual sale a little while back. My sister must have had the scent, and I tried it and fell in love. So if I could get this again at a semi-annual sale, I absolutely would. I know this is not one of their permanent scents, but it was really, really nice. I love Bath & Body shower gels because I always get them for a really good price, and they smell great, but unfortunately the scent doesn't really last on my skin, but I love the way that they lather and make my skin feel. Another thing from Bath & Body is one of the antibacterial hand gels in the scent Japanese Cherry Blossom. My favorite scent of all time. I absolutely love these. They make my hands feel very clean. They smell fresh. They do feel a little bit dry afterwards, but I love this and I will repurchase. Then I finished up the Dove Dry Spray Deodorant. They have a couple of different scents, so I get the one that says Clear Tone Skin Renew, and it has the little pearls on it. I think this is incredible. It's my favorite deodorant because it makes me smell fresh and also helps to keep me dry. I usually go through one of these every 3 months. These are pricier than normal deodorants, but you can oftentimes find some coupons online for about $1 off or $2, so I highly recommend this and I will repurchase it. And then the last thing is something that I didn't use up, but it expired on me, and this is the Lush Charity Pot Hand and Body Lotion, and the proceeds for this went to the Animal Rights Foundation of Florida. And I used a lot of it, if you can see, which I'm impressed with myself because I never ever use lotion. I'm basically oily head to toe except in the winter when my hands get very dry. So I was using this at night as a hand lotion. It smells like honey. It's really nice. And this does deeply moisturize the skin, but it is very sticky and it takes a long time to soak into the skin, which is why it's something that I would only use at night. And while it was a good product, I wouldn't repurchase it because I just don't go through lotion. And then I have some fragrances. I finished this little baby bottle of the Juicy Couture Viva La Juicy Noir perfume. I have this in the full size. It is one of my all-time favorite fall and winter scents. Totally recommend it. It has a great mix of fruit, floral, and a little bit of a warmth or spice. It's absolutely fantastic. Totally in love with it. And I had this in a project, as you can see, so I'm going to take off the marks and just put this on display because that little bottle is so cute. And then I finished up 6 perfume samples. I'm not going to go through all the notes. You can look them up if you're interested. I finished YSL Black Opium Original and the YSL Black Opium Nuit Blanche. I like the original better, but I do like this version a lot too, and I would love to get a mini of it or a couple more samples. It was really, really nice. I also finished the Guerlain Mon Guerlain. I really liked this and would love a small size of that. I don't know if I would invest in the big bottle, but I did like it a lot. Then I had a Viva La Juicy Noir, which you already know that I love. And then I had actually 2 original Black Opiums. And then I also finished Viktor and Rolf Spice Bomb. This, I was able to work through it, but it is so intense for me, and I think it'd be better for a potpourri or a room spray. It's way too intense. So out of all of these, this is the one that I wouldn't actually purchase, but the others I would love to have again in some form. And lastly, for the random and body category, I have a couple nail items. I have 2 of the Equate Beauty regular nail polish remover, and these are the 6 fluid ounce bottles. They're about 97 cents from Walmart. I usually get the acetone, but they were out of that one, so I just got the regular, which I think works really nicely, but the acetone just gets off all of my polish a lot easier, so I will purchase that one from now on, even though I know it is a little bit more harsh for the nails. But this one is really nice, and I always just get the Walmart brand because it works perfectly fine for me. And then I also finished the Revlon Colorstay base coat. As you can see, there is some left in here, and I've been putting thinner into this bottle for months. And the last time I put thinner in here, the consistency felt totally different. It wasn't really easy to work with. It made my nail polish look terrible, so I decided that because I already have a backup, I'm going to go ahead and toss this, open the backup. I've used it a couple times and I've fallen in love all over again. I'm really disappointed that this was discontinued, but I would love to know in the comments from you guys, what is your favorite base coat? I would love to know if you have any regular base coats, but also a ridge filling base coat, because my nails do have a bit of that ridgy texture to them, so I would love your recommendations. And next we have all of my hair products, and I've actually finished up quite a few things. This is going to be a large Empties. So I have the travel sizes of the L'Oreal Color Vibrancy Nourishing Shampoo and Conditioner. I did enjoy this. I don't really care too much about travel shampoo conditioners. I never feel like they work as well as the full size, but most travel shampoo conditioners are moisturizing formula. I have really oily roots, so I don't particularly want a moisturizing formula, but I did think that these were really nice, and I would actually think about purchasing these again in the future for travel. Then I went through some of my holy grail hair care products. This is the Suave Moroccan Color Care Shampoo for color treated dull hair. This is fantastic, and I'm currently using a different hair care line, and I can tell you I'm very disappointed in it, and once I finish them all up, I will be going back to my holy grails. I love this. It does a great job of cleaning my hair without making my hair feel too moisturized or dry, so I will definitely repurchase that. For conditioner, I also have my holy grail, which is the L'Oreal Ever Pure, and this comes in a bunch of different kinds. I have the Frizz Defy conditioner, which has a marula oil scent. Absolutely love this. Even though it's just a regular conditioner, it has the effects of a deep conditioner, and it smells really nice. My hair is super soft. Highly recommend. And this is the best shampoo and conditioner combination I've tried so far for my hair type, which would be very oily roots with really dry ends. This works very well and is very inexpensive. And then we have my holy grail dry shampoo, which is the Suave Original Dry Shampoo. It does a great job of soaking up my oil, making my hair look and smell fresh. And once in a while I have a little bit of a white cast, but it's really easy to brush or blend out, so I definitely will repurchase this as well. And in case you were curious what my new hair care line is, it is the L'Oreal Extraordinary Clay. I have the shampoo, conditioner, and the dry shampoo. I do not really care for any of the products, unfortunately, so once I use all of these up, I will be repurchasing those 3 holy grails. The next thing I have here is a hair treatment. This is from It's a 10. It is the Miracle Leave-In Treatment. This is a little 2 fluid ounce bottle. I got this for free from Ulta one time, and this smells really fantastic. And I think it made my hair extra soft, but honestly, I don't think I got the most benefits from this, because what I would do is I wash my hair at night, I comb it out, I spray some of this in it, and I go to bed. And maybe if I went through with a blow dryer or a curling iron or something like that, I would notice these actual benefits, but I don't. I have another one of these that is this size that I'm using right now, but it's not something I would repurchase because I don't notice any of the effects. And then I also finished the L'Oreal Boosted High Lift Creation Spray. This took me forever, and I've had this bottle forever, and unfortunately I have a backup, but I'm not going to open it yet. And this is an amazing product to use if you want to tease your hair at the roots, because it has incredible hold. But this is very sticky, so I would not recommend using this for your curls unless you want like Shirley Temple curls that are not going to move at all, but your hair is going to be sticky all day, and it is incredibly difficult to brush out. So if you are wanting something for teasing, I think this is great, but for an all-over hairspray, use something else. And then my last product here would be my hair dye. My mom just recently dyed my hair, and we all know that I needed it badly because my roots were so grown out. So what I use is the Garnier Nourishing Color Cream, and I always get the same shade, which is 93 Light Golden Blonde. As you can see, we look very different, but because I have redheads in my family, my hair always pools more red if I choose a golden blonde. If I want an actual golden blonde, I have to choose a more ashy hair dye, but I love strawberry blonde on me. Even though it isn't my natural color, I think it's pretty believable, so I will continue purchasing this forever. I did see some of these shades on clearance at Target, so I need to go there just in case this is being discontinued. I will be incredibly disappointed because this is a really awesome formula to work with. The product comes out kind of like conditioner, so it's really easy to work through the hair because it isn't super runny. This is incredible. if I ever decided to do a different color, I would buy it from this line. So hopefully they're not discontinuing my color because I love this so much. So next I have skincare products, and I have a bunch of things here. I recently just finished up my Project 10 Pan Skincare Edition. If you guys have not seen that, I'll have my playlist linked up here. And since that finale, there were a couple things I still had hanging on that I was able to finish. So if you want any more information, you can check that video, but I'll try to be very thorough here. So I finished up 4 of my Neutrogena makeup remover wipes, 1 of the travel packs, 3 of the full size. I get a big box from Costco that has 4 full size, 2 travel size for a really good price. This is my favorite makeup removing wipe because I love the texture of it. It isn't too rough or too flimsy. It also does a great job removing all of my makeup without stinging my eyes. I can use one wipe for my face makeup and my eye makeup, which is impressive because I wear so much makeup. I will continue to repurchase that for the rest of my life. I used up another makeup removing product. This is the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water, and I have the one with the blue cap, which means this one is waterproof. So this is a product that your face is going to be oily afterwards, but it is going to be able to get off really long wearing products. This was really nice, but it's not something that I repurchase for the fact that I do not use micellar waters. I use a makeup removing gel in the shower from Garnier, and then I use those makeup wipes. That's just what I prefer. This is a great product though. If you're looking for a micellar water, I definitely think that this is very impressive and gets off really, really tough products. So I would recommend it, but it's just not something that I would use. Then I finished a cleanser. This is the Mario Badescu Acne Facial Cleanser. In my project, I had just a little bit left and I wanted to push through. I'm so glad I did. This is a really awesome, very gentle cleanser. Has more of a gel consistency. My face feels super clean and fresh afterwards. It's very gentle and very basic, but it is something that I would repurchase in the future, but I have a huge back stock of cleansers. Then I have the Pixi Glow Tonic, which is an exfoliating toner, and this is the 3.4 fluid ounce size. And then I also finished the Pixi Glow Tonic To Go exfoliating toner pads. So this is the same product, but this is the liquid and this is in the pads. I can tell you that I definitely prefer the liquid version, and that's probably because of the way that I use this. So I did use this as a toner every morning. It is super gentle. It makes my skin look nice and glowy. I don't notice a ton for my skin, but it is a good product, and they sent me a huge bottle for Christmas. That's not take me forever to go through, but I'd recommend it if you have really nice sensitive skin. And this product I was using more as a cleansing wipe. After I use my makeup remover wipes, I would go in with this to get off any extra products. It worked nicely for that, but I do have something else that I prefer that is a little bit more harsh because I like more harsh products on my skin. But again, if you would like something very gentle, this is a good product. It just isn't something for me. The next thing I have is the Estee Lauder New Dimension Shape and Fill Expert Serum. I love the packaging. I love the way this feels on my skin. It is so smooth. It dries really quickly. It has a really fantastic scent. It seems very luxurious, but I did not notice any results. But maybe it's because I'm 25 years old and my skin does not yet need to be shaped and filled. So if you've tried this, let me know if you've noticed any results or not. And I'm thinking that this L'Oreal Oily Skin Moisturizer might be a similar consistency. I'll insert a picture of it here. So I want to buy that and test it out. Maybe it's nothing like this, but in my head I'm just imagining it might be. And I love the way this felt to my skin, but like I said, because there were no results that I could notice, it is not something I would repurchase. And then I have my nighttime serum, which was the Pixi Overnight Glow Serum Concentrated Exfoliating Gel. I believe this has glycolic acid. I'm not sure what that ingredient does for you, but I hear about it all the time. I didn't notice this doing anything for my skin. I enjoyed using it, but it isn't something I would repurchase. I don't know if I need a serum. And then I've got some moisturizers. This first one is the Estee Lauder Clear Difference Oil Control Mattifying Moisturizing Gel. You guys, this smells so good, and this is an incredible gel moisturizer. It has a great texture and it's incredible for oily skin, but this is very, very, very expensive. And while I think it's worth the money, because this is a mattifying moisturizer, it does not work well with all primers, and if I'm using also a mattifying primer on top, it will pill up on top of that moisturizer. So because a moisturizer is so expensive and it doesn't work with all primers, it probably is not something I'd repurchase, but I loved it so much. And then I finished a couple mini face moisturizers. The first one is the Belief True Cream Moisturizing Balm. I use this as a nighttime moisturizer. I've used the Aqua Balm in the past and I love it. I love that one even more than the Estee Lauder because I can wear any primer with that. But you guys, this was an incredible nighttime moisturizer. I thought all nighttime moisturizers were the same. I want something really hydrating, but I don't really care too much because it's a nighttime. But I'm using something right now that is from another brand that I think is good, but this is so much better. So I would love to get some foil packets or some more deluxe size samples of this because it was incredible. So highly recommend the Belief True Cream Moisturizing Balm. Then I also had the Clinique Pep Start Hydro Blur Moisturizer. The consistency of this was like disgusting. It reminded me of glue. It didn't spread well. It didn't give me a lot of moisture. I hated the consistency, so I would not recommend that. And then I have the Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench Hyaluronic Cloud Cream. This was incredible because when you went to blend it on your skin, it felt like water, but it did moisturize really nicely for oily skin. So I would love more samples of this because it was so cool. But I wouldn't repurchase it because I don't love it as much as the Belief, but I would love to get some more samples of this. Like, you need to feel this on your skin. It's so freaking cool. So then I have a couple eye creams I finished up. The first is the Caudalie Resveratrol Lift Eye Lifting Balm. I think this is awesome. It hydrates my under eyes really well without being too oily or greasy, and it makes my under eyes feel super smooth. I've actually used up 2 of these in the past. I don't know if I would invest in the full size. I have yet to find an eye cream that I'm obsessed with, but out of all the eye creams that I've tried, this one is my favorite. So I'd be happy to get some more deluxe size samples of it because these do last me a long time, so I would recommend it. And I would love to know in the comment section what is your favorite eye cream, because like I said, I haven't really found anything I love. And also I do have oily under eyes. And I also finished this little foil sample that actually lasted me forever. Whenever I get foil samples that are moisturizers or eye creams, what I do with them is take a little sample jar and squeeze all the product into it because it's so much easier to use that way. And that's what I did with this one. This is the Algenist Complete Eye Renewal Balm. This was really nice as well. I did like the Caudalie a bit better, but this did hydrate really nicely. And I do have a deluxe size sample of this that I'll be excited to start using soon. And then I have 2 spot treatments, one that I used up and one that went bad. The one I used up was the Sebamed Clear Face Acne Spot Gel, and this was okay at clearing up breakouts. For some of them it worked, for some of them it didn't. So this is not something I would go out of my way to repurchase. And then the one that went bad is the Mario Badescu Drying Lotion. They have one of these in a plastic container or glass. Even though glass looks nicer, I do not want to drop this on the ground. So if you guys have seen this, it has a clear solution, then a pink solution at the bottom. You stick a toothpick in. Not a toothpick, you stick a Q-tip in and then you put it on your blemishes. This does a nice job of bringing blemishes to the surface or drying up what you have on the surface so that you can pick it off. I did like this. I think that it works better than the Sebamed, but I don't know if it's a miracle worker. And I think that this went bad because my skin had been clear for a while, but these past couple months I've been breaking out really badly and it won't go away. So please let me know in the comments your favorite spot treatment. And if the consensus is Mario Badescu, I will go out and repurchase this, but I would love to know your thoughts. I really need some help with my skin. Then I've got a couple random skincare products. This is the Scandinavia Post Makeup Recovery Spray, which is supposed to gently clear pores and help prevent breakouts. And you're supposed to use this after you remove your makeup and it will give your skin back the ingredients it needs to be rejuvenated. Y'all know this did nothing. This was scented water. It did nothing for my skin. I didn't mind using it, but no, I would not repurchase that. And then the last thing is pretty random. This was an essential oils lip balm that my mom made me, and I used this up in my skincare project as well. And it was basically like shea butter, a little bit of peppermint oil. It was really, really nice. And if my mom made me another, I would use it again, but I have to say I do still love my EOS more. And as I always tell you guys in my Empties videos, I go into depth reviewing these products in my makeup use up updates. I will have my most recent one linked up here so you guys can check that out for more in-depth thoughts. Starting with face products, I have the Cover FX Mattifying Primer. I don't feel like this kept me particularly matte, but I really liked the texture of this, and it is something that I would contemplate purchasing in the future. I also finished the Benefit Professional. This does a good job filling pores, but I prefer the Smashbox, so I will not repurchase. I used up this deluxe sample size of the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation in shade 1 and 2 Vanilla. I love this foundation. It gave amazing coverage. It looked beautiful on the skin. It held up against oil decently well, but at the end of the day, this settled really badly into my lines more than really any other foundation. I loved it. Because it's not perfect, I wouldn't repurchase it. I also used up the Hard Candy Glamouflage Foundation in the shade Fair. You guys know I love porcelain as a mixer, but this foundation formula itself is fantastic. It has medium buildable coverage, a natural satin finish, and this shade Fair was too dark and too pink for me. And I have a lot of foundations in my collection right now, but this is something that I would think about purchasing in the future, especially if I'm looking for a good drugstore foundation. I have two concealers. This is the NYX HD Concealer in the shade Fair. I use this as a corrector under my eyes because this oxidizes and turns very, very peachy. And because there is not a perfect shade for me, I would not repurchase it, but it does give nice coverage. And then I also finished up the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair. This lasted me a very long time using it every single day, so it's totally worth the price tag for me. It's also a super, super fair shade. I have already repurchased it. And then I have some foil packet samples of the Algenist concentrated color correcting drops in the pink and the green. I didn't love these. The texture of these dried down really quickly, and then my foundation looked patchy on top, and they didn't really do much for color correcting, so I don't recommend them. I also finished up a Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I usually will use these for about 3 or 4 months. This doesn't really have any tears, but I figured that's long enough because I use it every single day. And then I have 5 powders that I finished. This first one is the Pixi Quick Fix Powder in the translucent shade. You only get 3 grams of product in here, which is not a ton, and it comes with this little powder puff. I don't recommend that, so I just twisted off the top and put my brush right into the powder. This is pretty pricey for the fact that you don't get much, and it's such a basic translucent powder. I wouldn't recommend it because I don't think you're getting your money's worth. Then I have a couple of powders with coverage. I have the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in 110 Porcelain. You guys know I love this. It's a perfect shade match for me. It gives me coverage and it helps keep me matte, so definitely repurchase that in the future. Then I have the Milani Multitasker Powder in the shade number 2 Light Medium. This was a little dark for me. It gives nice coverage, but it doesn't keep me as matte as the Maybelline. Also, this is something that I don't know if they have in stores anymore. It might just be on the Milani website, so I'll continue to purchase the Maybelline over that one. Then I had the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in Translucent. Holy Grail Touch-Up Powder, have already repurchased it. Then I have the NYX HD Finishing Powder in Translucent. I was using this to set my under eyes. This is definitely the best pressed powder I've used for my under eyes, but I prefer a loosed, so I will not repurchase that. Then I finished half of this product. This is the Pixi Beauty Blush Duo in the shade Rose Gold. I had a pink blush and then a rose gold highlight. The blush has broken in here. I didn't like the shade anyway. The rose gold highlighter was stunning. This is just a mini, but I actually would buy the full size just to have that highlight again. It's really, really powdery, but it's a stunning shade. Then I have a bunch of brow products. I finished the NYX Eyebrow Shaper Wax Pencil. This is Holy Grail to me, already repurchased. This is a must-have if you use brow powder. Then I had the Benefit Bravo Conditioning Brow Primer. I did not like this as a primer. I prefer the NYX Eyebrow Shaper, but for some reason I felt like this did help my brow hairs grow a tiny bit, but it's not something I would repurchase. I finished up 2 brow pencils, NYX Micro Brow and Taupe, Holy Grail, and a Maybelline Define a Brow in Dark Blonde. They changed this formula. I went through it so quickly and I don't like it as much, so I wouldn't repurchase this, but I will continue to buy the NYX. It is Holy Grail to me. Then I finished a little deluxe sample size of the Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade Light Medium. I did really enjoy this, but my NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in Blonde works just as well, so I will continue to purchase that one. I also finished a little sample size of the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Chocolate. Obviously not the right shade for me. I do love the formula of this brow pencil, but I think the NYX works just as well, and it's much cheaper, so I'll continue to buy the NYX. Then I have a couple eyeshadows. This is Wet n Wild Brulee. It's an amazing matte cream. I love using it to set my eye primer, so I will repurchase that in the future, but I'm trying to go through all of the creams I have in my palettes right now. Then I have a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Amaze, a beautiful rose gold. I have some around the edges. It's a metallic finish. I have a bunch of rose golds I need to work through first, but this one is my favorite and I will repurchase that. I have one cream shadow stick, the first cream shadow stick I've ever used up. This is the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in the shade Rose Gold. I actually dug into the container and used every little last bit. I love the formula. It's really creamy and the color is beautiful, so I will repurchase that. Then I have Physicians Formula Eye Booster, which is a brush tip liquid liner. Lasts me absolutely forever. It is so amazing. The best liquid liner I've ever used. It's a great alternative to the Kat Von D Tap 2 liner, and I will continue to repurchase this. I finished a little sample size of the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. I really like the brush, but this mascara did not do much for my lashes, and I'm wondering if it's because I have this little sample. Maybe if I had the actual mini of the mascara or the deluxe size, I would like it better. So I would love to try this again, but from what I experienced with this little sample, didn't do enough for me. Then I finished my two Holy Grail mascaras. They're both from Maybelline. The first one is the Maybelline Colossal Cat Eyes. I love the shape of the brush. Natural bristle. It has a wet formula. This mascara gives really nice length, and I love pairing it with the Falsies Original Mascara, also wet formula, natural bristle brush. This gives a lot of volume and a fluttery lash look. I love pairing these together, and I will definitely repurchase. Then for lip products, I have the e.l.f. Lip Exfoliator in Mint. Absolutely incredible. I love the scent of this, and I think it's so convenient being in this tube. I already repurchased it. I finished two of my EOS Smooth Stick and Sweet Mint. My favorite lip balm. It's the most perfect texture between thick and thin. I also finished the Sweet Mint in the sphere form. I love having these in my purse and my pocket and these around the house, so of course we'll repurchase those. Then I have two lip liners. The first one is the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Light. It's just a nude pencil. You can use it as a concealer, as an inner rim brightener, or reverse lip liner. I use this as a reverse lip liner. It was good, but it is pretty drying and I don't need it for that purpose, so I wouldn't repurchase it. Then I had the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Aquarius, my most perfect nude lip liner ever. I love the formula of this. I did already repurchase this, and unfortunately ColourPop is discontinuing this, so I just placed an order for two more backups because I love this so much. So guys, that was my incredibly long beauty empties. I would love to know your thoughts if you tried out any of these products, and please leave me some recommendations for some skincare items down below. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.